All right, this is Allen Hilliard here. We are with Coach Barkley again here, coming off a loss to Glendale there. And looking at last week there, what are some of the positives and maybe some of the things that you can use as a learning opportunity coming into this week?
From an offensive standpoint, other than our 3 critical turnovers that we had, we also had 4 penalties. Outside of that, we moved the ball. We had over 250 yards of offense. We put ourselves in position, but, mistakes cost us a little bit. So discipline's a big word of the week this week for us. Defensively, we felt like we had a good plan going in. We gave up some big plays in the passing game, and not sure how many yards that young man ended up with, but he had a pretty good night, and 17-7 at half. We were still in the game, leading after the first quarter. Big third quarter for them kind of just changed the whole mindset for our kids.
All right, and then sports are more about learning sometimes and more about undefeated records and things, which very rarely does a team go undefeated. So what are some of the things you're trying to teach the Tigers here for down the road, or some of them, because military may be moving on, but what are some of the things you try to teach these kids here in football?
Well, the sport of football is such a small aspect of their life that they can definitely use this as a learning experience moving forward in life, but understand that, if they control the things that they can control, the attitude, the effort, they're going to be successful in life. We got some great kids here, and, they'll do anything that's asked of them. We just got to come together as a team right now, regroup a little bit, because the games are still moving on. We move on to the next Friday, and we got another tough opponent this week.
All right, and talking about this week, you have the MSHSAA Eagles coming to town. One of the top, really 4 or 5 teams probably in Missouri right now here. How do you prepare for an offense like that? Very good running team, also able to throw the ball.
They're a very, very good team. Coach Perry's done a great job since he's been there. Their running back is real good. Their offensive line's probably the best that we're going to see all year. And that doesn't mean that we're not going to coach our kids. That doesn't mean that we're not going to put together a report. Our kids come out. They got a good mindset today. They've been learning. We just got to get better each day. And there's a reason why we play on Friday nights, because you never know what's going to happen. And our kids are looking forward to the challenge.
All right, and looking down, you got a couple more games left in the season there, so things kind of winding down. Looking like next game or playoff game will be on the road most likely here. Still determined who, though, because still you got 3 teams fighting for really 3 spots from the 2 to the 4 position there. So how do you prepare for that? The good thing is you're going to play 2 of those teams coming up. Joplin would be the one that you wouldn't play, but you have a chance coming up you've already played Ozark, you got a chance at Kickapoo here. Do you just still look ahead at one game at a time, or do you look back and go, hey, this is, we kind of have an idea who we're going to play? Because I think right now, it would be Ozark, but like I said, depending on how the rest of the season goes, that could change.
Well, from our perspective as coaches, we take it one game at a time. Obviously, Kickapoo the following week, there'll be some important district, but they also play Ozark to end the regular season, so that game will have stipulation on it too. So, we're just trying to control what we can control, and take one week at a time, and you never know what's going to happen in the future, and we're just going to try to get better each week.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week there.
Have a good day, Alan.
Yep.